Most of the time when I want to add speckles on yarn, I will use my fingertips to pinch up the dye and then slowly sprinkle it onto the yarn. I do this whether I'm going to use straight dye powder or if I'm going to mix my acid dyes with citric acid powder to help spread them out a little bit more and dilute the dye a bit. But for this particular project, I added all of the dyes into some spice jars. These are some spice jars I got that are dedicated for dyeing yarn. They're never used for the preparation of food. And instead of having to use my fingers to pinch, I can pick up the jar and just sprinkle it on. I find that using a spice jar like this can be a little trickier to work with because it's really easy to be a little over exuberant and add too much of your powder onto the yarn. But like with anything, you will start to develop a little bit of muscle memory so that way you can get the coverage that you want of your speckles onto your yarn. And if you're dyeing a lot of yarn, it can be handy to have it in jars because then you can switch between colors really quickly without having to wipe or rinse off the dye off of your hands so you don't sort of blend the colors in their powdered form. And then of course I did have a little bit of fluorescence in this colorway. She is so pretty. I know that the powder looks like it didn't have a lot of impact when you first add it onto the yarn, but once you go ahead and steam set the yarn, then you really see those colors sink in. And this colorway was a lot of fun. If you want to see more, go and check out the 2025 ChemKnits Chanukah Special Night 5.